90.1 FM and FM HD1.
Listeners should be aware that the following program contains language and audio images which may be found disturbing and may not be suitable for your snotty-nosed little brat who probably cusses like a sailor behind your back anyway. Parental discretion is advised.
It's time to holler down the pipe chase and rattle them bars, because we're going to do a prison show for you right here at beautiful old historical, exciting new KPFT Houston, from the heart of Montrose, where we all hope tomorrow will be a better day.
Welcome to the Prison Show. Tonight is Friday, April the 26th. Do you know what today was? Today was the board meeting out in Austin. Woo-hoo. Let me tell you, they kept putting that thing off and putting it off, giving awards, giving more awards, and still more awards, until when it came to public comments, me and Joy had to go because we had to drive back from Austin, and I didn't get to speak my mind, but other people there knew the prison show, and they approached us knowing who the prison show was or is. And so we made our presence known, I think. And, of course, I did write down, or I emailed them with some information. And I will be there again in August, have no fear, and I'm sure a lot of other people will be there. They had some good speakers lined up, if everyone could stay. I know Gloria had to leave, too, so did Angie. So, but, man, they had some good speakers given their input. Let's just leave it like that. Input. Given their input.
They're 2 cents.
2 cents. Yeah. Nicely put. 2 cents. I got a 2-cent letter here giving some 2 cents to me this week. Actually, it's made out to David, so I'm pretty sure that's David. No,
there's a letter in there that's got both our names on it.
Oh, thanks.
It's the Comedy Hour or something like that.
The Comedy Hour. Okay. Well, David has lined up a fantastic show tonight, as he does every Friday night. And by the way, I got my very own keychain. I did. Thank you, David.
Well, you earned it.
I earned it. I earned it.
You had to work for that. That's your payment.
I did have to. Well, thank you.
That's the most anybody gets paid around here.
You got that right. You got that right. Okay, so tonight, David has lined up Willie Mitchell. He is a returning citizen who served 18 years, TDCJ current prison minister with ReClaim Ministries, and he brought his lovely wife here too. What's your name? Nicole Mitchell. Nicole. My memory. I swear. And then we also have Griselda Grizzy Castillo. She is the returning, and y'all may know her as Grizzy News?
Hood News.
Hood News.
Grizzy Hood News.
Returning citizen and news personality, street reporter, who started Grizzy's Hood News with over, she's saying 1 million? 1 million followers. Tatiana Santollo. That's good enough, huh? She is the founder and advocate of Texas Prison Alliance, Memorial, Darrington Unit Family Support Advocates, and 20 other Facebook groups and counting. We were just talking about that. And, of course, we're going to have Abe Bonowitz, the co-director and founder at Death Penalty Action. He will be calling in. But tonight in the studio, we have David, we have Linda, we have Willie, we have Nicole, we have Tatiana, Griselda, and a friend.
Is she trying to be anonymous?
She is anonymous.
Or we could sing a song about joy, 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 joy.
There it goes, out the window.
Did I break their ears?
Well, we're gonna get right down to it. Willie, how you doing this evening?
I'm doing great.
Remember,
Yes, I'm sorry. I'm doing great. How are you?
You're doing. I'm just peachy. Peachy. So, Linda, you were in prison how long?
My stay in prison was about 18 years. To say the least, it was rather difficult, but at the end of it, it transformed into my cocoon of transformation.
Oh, I like that. I like the way you worded that.
Yes.
That's awesome. So you've been out how long?
Right now, a little bit over 2 years.
Okay. And how are you liking it so far?
Oh, I love it.
You love it.
I love it.
It's worth it, isn't
Yes,
it?
it is.
Yes,
Yes,
it is. So explain a little bit about ReClaim Ministries.
Well, actually, ReClaim Ministries was born in prison. During the time that I was there, it just really just came to me, my calling into the ministries and just searching for, something to call it. God just led me to look at, my own desire, to reclaim, my true identity, to reclaim the life that was actually mine, that I can't say that anyone stole from me. To be honest, I tell the truth that, this life that I'm living now, I had an opportunity before I was incarcerated, but I just forfeited it. I gave it away. Mm-hmm. I chose a lesser self, than who I was created and called to be.
Sorry about that. Sorry about that. Let's all remember to turn our phones to vibrate. I just had to remember mine. So, when you go into a facility, which ones do you go into?
Currently, we go into the Terrell unit. I'd like to send a shout out to the Terrell group, the prison fellowship class that we teach. I go also to Wainwright unit, send a shout out to them, formerly known as the East Ham unit. That's where I did a great deal of time. We also go to Keegan State Jail. We go to the Carol Vance unit when the opportunity presents itself. And we're just looking to be servants. Any chaplain that might be listening, if you need us to come in and just fellowship, the bulk of what we do, because I'm a returning citizen, one of the things that I had put in place, I became a reentry crisis counselor, belief therapist, and we just go in and, just help them, put tools in their toolbox, for when they come back into society.
Have you had anyone come out and join you in your efforts, or is it strictly just...
Yes, the bulk, outside of my wife, the bulk of the gentlemen that I deal with, shout out to my big brother, Rodney Banks. He's out there, a returning citizen also. He works with us. There's a gentleman that just was released from the Carol Vance unit, Eric Payne. He wants to come on, and we're working to get him approved through TDCJ volunteer services, or chaplain services, excuse me, so he can come in with us.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Now, so you do not go into any of the women's facilities?
Not as of yet. The closest that I've come to it, I have the privilege of also serving with a gentleman by the name of Jermaine Johnson. He goes to the Carol Young unit, which is a medical unit. Mm-hmm. Now, one side is a medical unit, and the other side is a trustee camp, and the trustee camp is all female. And we are looking into reaching out to the chaplain, perhaps to let us come in and deal with them, because the same disparities that the men face, the women face also.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Absolutely. And I know the women have less opportunity for certain classes. Yeah. I know that. I know that. So tell us a little bit about what you do when you go in.
Well, actually, the bulk of what ReClaim Ministry is, we go in and just share with them the revelation of their royal identity. We help them see what the Word of God says about them, and we engage in peer support. We walk the journey with them as they make the transition into putting away what would be for the old man and accepting the new man, and it's beautiful. It's one of the most rewarding things that I've ever experienced, outside of my own transformation. We've made a year commitment with the Terror Unit Boot Camp, and that will expire, I think, this October. And you really can just see the fruit, from us going in. I personally believe that there are a lot of great ministries out there that are going in, but sometimes the level of ministry is kind of going over the heads with the language and things of that nature. Some of them lack relativity. They don't understand, what it is to be incarcerated. Although their intentions is good and their hearts are great, they just don't understand where the men are. So the ministry is good, but sometimes it's not effective and it's not lasting. And I just use my own journey to show them that, look, man, this is not the end. We made a mistake. We're here. Let's do the best we possibly can here, and start planning for the future, transitioning to home. And just sometimes without even saying a word other than, man, I've been where you've been, and look at where God has me now, it just births hope in them, and you can see it.
Well, yeah, you become relevant to them because they can identify with what you've been through.
Yes,
I can definitely see that.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, ma'am. He called me ma'am. So, is there any particular unit that you want to go in that you're interested in?
Anything in Region 3, to be honest. I would like to visit the Darrington unit again, go in there. Also, as the ministry grows, I really want to go maybe up north, maybe French Robinson in the Abilene area and things of that nature. Some of the units that are underserved because they're so far.
I have heard that the Robertson unit is underserved.
Yeah.
That people have mentioned that quite often, actually, in some of the groups.
Yeah, I mean, because say like that the region where Carol Vance is, and those units that are closer in to the Houston, Sugar Land, Stafford area, and so forth. You have a lot of groups going in there, so the availability is limited. Mm-hmm. And we just want to reach out and just be a blessing to all the men and women that are underserved, that really need someone to come in and just share with them.
Do you go in with pamphlets? Do you have a pamphlet? Do you have...
Generally, we don't take anything in. because of some of the units they restrict what we can bring in.
Oh, yeah.
Every now and then we're able to print something out and give it to them, but we just go in, our Bibles, and the best intentions to be as much help as we can be to them.
So if somebody wanted to write you,
they could contact us at P.O. Box 572-994, Houston, Texas 77257.
Okay, go ahead and repeat that again.
P.O. Box 572-994, Houston, Texas 77257.
And they can just address that to Willie.
ReClaim Ministries.
ReClaim Ministries.
Yes, ma'am.
All right. All right. Well, we appreciate you being on, and we hope to have you on again.
I would love it.
And big old shout out to your wife here, Nicole.
Nicole, thank you.
I know that she helped you along the way. So.
Yes, she did. She was with me the whole time.
She mentioned the units that she's like, I visited you at that unit. You were there.
Yes, ma'am.
Well, we appreciate you. Thank you very much.
Thank you for having me.
All right. Now we're going to transition to Grizzy's Hood News, I believe. Yes, Grizzy Hood News. Come on up, or come on down. Now, you have had Grizzy's Hood News for how long? How many years?
I want to say about 4 official years. 4 official years.
And I've been keeping up with it. Mm-hmm. I subscribe to it. So yeah. So tell us a little bit about yourself. How long were you in prison?
Okay, so in 2003, I found myself in the backseat of a cop car for aggravated robbery with a deadly weapon. I caught, but before then, I was already like on my way. I was gonna be there regardless, no matter how many probations you gave me, no matter how many slap on the wrist, no matter whatever I got, I was going to go to prison or die. It was just being honest. I found myself faced with 5 to 99. I ended up getting, it was myself and 3 other friends. I got 7 years, aggravated, years, whatever. And I ended up going to prison. My fall partner, she made a deal. She made that plea agreement. She got 16 months. The boys, they got like 10 years. So I was like in between all of that. To lose friends and all these things, and just to see the stuff that we were going through. And it took, and I'm going to say this because this is the truth, and I'm all about the truth. I did not feel sorry for anything, only for myself and my family, of course. But I did not feel sorry for what I'd done, maybe until like a year or 2 before I got out of prison. I came to grips with how serious it was. And only then, like, I guess God's been blessing me since, like it's one of those things where you have to atone and accept what you've done and face it and not realize that you're not a victim. We got to pay for the things we do.
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
We do.
Mm-hmm.
We do.
Yes.
So, how long have you been out?
I've been out for, it's been, I don't even know. It's just been too long. It feels like like an old nightmare sometimes. Sometimes I wake up and I'm like, okay, it's not chow time or roll call, like none of that, no lockdowns or anything like that. I got out in 2009, so whatever that is, I think my crime's been over 20 years now since then. And so I want to tell people it's not going to be easy when you get out. Like, we fantasize how we're going to go back to school. We're going to do this. We're going to do that. It's not easy. Our families don't know how to deal with us. Our kids are already like so many chapters ahead of us. I missed my daughter's first day of school, Christmases, so many things. My mom and dad raised my kid for several years. And so it wasn't like I just became mommy again. No, I'm a stranger walking back into this. So here we are now. Like, my relationship with my daughter was the biggest one, because even when I got out, I kind of wanted to catch up on life. I wanted to go out. I wanted to go do things. No. I really had to sit down and be like, okay, no, you did this to yourself. You've got that little girl. You've got to take care of her. And that's where I started redirecting my energy to becoming a better mother. And it's been a transition. My baby, she loves me to death. She's going to graduate from college soon. We're each other's orbits. You can regain all of that. It's not going to be easy. People get out and the kids don't want anything to do with you. Fortunately for me, she had a lot of interest in me and she loved me. But it wasn't easy either. Even with all the best interest and all the love and everything, it wasn't easy because she would sometimes get angry at me, throw things at my face. You know, like, you weren't there, you didn't care. I'm here to tell people, fight for your life. Fight to stay on that track. You don't have to go down the wrong path all your life. You don't have to go through that revolving door, because that's what it is. It's a revolving door. I played with the revolving door so many times until I couldn't play with it anymore, and I was trapped behind the revolving door. And you know, you have to accept accountability, and when you start doing that, and then you become very realistic, because it's not like some fantasy that's going to play out. Oh yeah, I'm going to be good, I'm going to get a car, I'm going to do. Man, I had to take the bus. I had to buy a little rink-a-dink cash car that I had for about 4 or 5 years. I had to enroll myself back into school. I had to peel shrimp for several years at a seafood restaurant and be treated real crappy. I had to fight my way back up, when really, if I would have just did everything the way I should have, you know, the way it was supposed to, the way my parents taught me, the way that society, the teachers bring us up, all these things, if I would have just listened to doing the right thing, man, we would be like, where would we be if we weren't in prison and falling down that path? So we have to get back up, dust ourselves off, and fight for it. Nobody's going to hand us anything. It's not easy, but it can be done. And when you do it yourself, for yourself, and with your children in mind, or whoever loves you in mind, you can be so successful. I went from being somebody in the backseat of a cop car to just recently earning a Heroes Award from Crime Stoppers, where back in the day I would have had somebody calling tips on me. I am now one of those people that help do my part through my platform, solve crime, help with missing children, bring attention to neighborhood affairs, problems, people living in slumlord conditions, people living needing help, people trying to raise money for funerals every weekend through benefits and barbecues and all the things that they do, bringing awareness to the crime, to helping one another identify, like trying to right the wrongs out there. It can be done. Like, I do my part to help where I can, and it's the best feeling to give back. And I use the street savviness and the courage, because let's face it, a lot of people in prison, we're fearless. You know, we don't care. We don't give up. We don't care. We don't care. So I use that now to my advantage, and fight for the people, like fight for the victims out there. I went from being an aggressor to now aggressively fighting for somebody who's been done wrong.
So in your Grizzy Hood News, they call in tips to you and you go out there? Or?
Oh no, I don't take the law upon. I'm not going to handcuff nobody. I tell everybody that.
No, I mean, like,
no.
as far as news is concerned, you're the journalist.
Oh, okay, yeah. When stuff goes down, the Hood News peeps, I have a huge following and they mean everything to me. Shout out to my Hood News peeps. What's up? Our Hood News peeps is the audience. You know, I'm Grizzy, the Hood News peeps, and they dispatch me out. It's really incredible. Like, this page of mine, it started with the Facebook page, and now I'm trying to grow all the other platforms, because it's a good thing to just try to help through, like, the social medias. But my Facebook following has almost 800,000 followers. When I first started doing this, it was all parody. Like, you know, there's a fire truck. Let me get in front of them, make a scenario like lady cheated on her husband and found her in bed with somebody else. It was funny stuff, you know, or going to car shows, just putting on skits. But it became real the day that I had people reaching out like, hey, can you use your comedy stuff to help us, your platform, to help raise awareness for this little boy that got murdered? They're trying to raise funds for the Crime Stoppers. We want to, you know, get something together so we as a community. I'm like, yeah. And it just started becoming more and more of that, where I had a big following. and I was able to use it to help other people. And then it became a news thing where we're doing traffic, we're doing updates. Like, I keep up pretty good. I want to say sometimes we're first on scene to crime scenes, happenings, protests, things happening in the city. A lot of times, you know, they're trying to catch up to us, and by them or their, I'm saying the media. And we get to tell the story with no bias, no agenda, you know, just citizens looking out for one another.
And that's because people in the neighborhood who know what is occurring, what's going on, they contact you.
Yeah, they reach out, or I have people that like dispatch me. I've got an amazing friend out in Florida. His name's Steve. He follows the hood news, and shout out to Steve. I know you're listening to this, friend. He dispatches me out. Like, he's like on the scanners, and he's like, Grizzy, they've got this going on. Everybody pitches in some kind of way. People pitch in to make this page happen.
Yeah, it's incredible because I remember being on it when it was a parody. It was a comedy. Mm-hmm. And then all of a sudden when I looked again, it was like, oh, this is real. Mm-hmm. This is real crime happening. Yeah. And which is, and you had mentioned that you were on the Audrey.
Yeah, Audrey Cunningham. Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. You were part of that, or you were on the scene?
Yes.
You were? Mm-hmm. I know it's still fresh, and a lot of we're in Livingston a lot, and we got this from I can't remember her name. She came up here with the bracelets for the little girls who were friends with Audrey, and they came up with this bracelet. Don't mess with me, I'll tell. So it's
very, very. I didn't know we were going to talk about that. I'm still like really messed up about it. I mean, this was a little missing girl. The way I got involved in that was I have followers everywhere, not just the hood or the neighborhood. I've got wealthy followers. I've got poor followers. I've got followers that aren't even we got followers in Australia that just love the citizen grassroots thing that we've got going on. And
that's interesting.
Yeah. And so we pretty much had somebody reached out to me saying, hey, we're out here searching for one of our neighbor's daughters. Like, we're in the woods. It was like 1, 2 in the morning or something. And I remember posting the flyer. I was going to go out there that same night. I needed to sleep though, because I don't sleep a lot. Like, I sleep 2, 3 hours, 4 hours, 5 hours. And my family said, no, you should wait in the morning, get you some sleep, and then you head out. I feel like if it wasn't for, you know, like the grassroots media out there, like other pages as well, you know, everybody uniting, I feel like it wouldn't have had the quick traction like it did right away. Like, the media hopped on the next, like that Saturday. We were out there Friday, blew it up. Several pages, several people blew it up, let people know, hey, there's this story out here, this little girl, nobody's seen her. And just working together that way. But that was the first time I ever followed a story of a missing child where the outcome was just so tragic. And a message, respect our kids, man, because we're going to come after you.
Okay.
Respect our kids.
Yeah, I've definitely heard that sentiment quite a number of times. So you mentioned the Australia. They listen all the way over there.
Oh yeah, British, the UK, Germany. Got somebody in Auschwitz. You know, she messages me regularly. I don't know how she found the page. I don't know. A lot of our stuff does go viral, so people are like, let me see. I like that. You know, I don't know what it is. I'm so thankful. It's really cool. We got people in Hawaii, New Jersey, on Alaska. We got people like everywhere, like Florida. Just, it's pretty amazing.
And it's a catchy name, Grizzy's Hood News. It's a catchy name. It's a catchy name.
That way, nobody holds me accountable to anything. That I'm from a legal background as a paralegal, so I thought it out really good. I'm like, okay, that way they don't hold me to any standards if this goes wrong. I'm like, man, like, it ain't ABC, it ain't like, no, it's like Grizzy's Hood News. The Grizzy's gonna make some mistakes here, but no, I've my following, we're very accurate. We pride ourselves in integrity, reporting facts, not slandering anybody, making up any, because I see it from both ends. You know, I've been accused of things, but yeah, they had all their receipts lined up. So that's the same thing. I think about everything. Like, we've even cleared innocent people.
And that was my next question.
Yeah, we've cleared innocent people. People have been like no billed. Like, we helped one young guy that shot somebody from, you know, I guess they were like assaulting him. A group of people were assaulting him from getting off the bus, where the news was saying we're looking for somebody in the fatal shooting, and it was said in a certain way that you already made that judgment, like, hey, this guy killed somebody. Oh my God. When we found him, we located him, and we found out that this guy was in self-defense. And yeah, like it felt good to help clear someone's name, you know. So
if somebody wants to get a hold of you, where can they write? Or can they?
Not really, no.
Okay, well, you can write to David here at the Prison Show, and we can get it to her. And that address is 226 Chipmunk Trail, Shepherd, America, 77371. We will, if you write to Grizzy's Hood News, care of David, we will get it to her.
Yeah, and we do stand up for inmates and people falsely accused. I want to say that. Not everybody has done something to fall into prison. I've met many innocent people. I've met incredible, great people that do not belong in the system, and we're here for you too. Like, I see it from, that's the gift I say that God gave me. I can see it from the whole side of things, like both sides. And we do cherish and respect our law enforcement. I went from being somebody who says, F the police, to now like, hey, man, we support and back the blue.
Well, that's awesome. And we thank you for being here.
Thank you for having me.
Hopefully we can get you back on here soon.
Thank you.
All right. Thank you.
Bye.
Okay, now we have Tatiana. I love that name. And she's going to slide right in here. And she is with the Texas Prison Alliance, correct?
Yeah, Texas Prisons Alliance.
Prisons Alliance. Yes. And so tell us a little bit about your organization.
Well, we're not even a year in. In June, we'll be up and complete a full year. But this stemmed from the beginning, my advocacy about 5 years ago. I started with TPA with Casey Phillips, who paved the way, I think, for so many of us.
Yes.
Learned so much, her and Dr. Amit Dominic, and transitioned over with Dr. Amit Dominic with TPCA, and there I was the Director of Family Mediators for 2 years. And my vision kind of changed a little bit. I'm totally for incarcerated individuals. So I kind of decided to branch on my own, and Texas Prisons Alliance was created, and it's just flourished. Like,
it has.
It's flourished in less than a year. I mean, like, we just had no idea, and we have an awesome team of about 37 of us. We're a nonprofit 501c3 now. And we have a department of family facilitator liaisons where they are assigned different regions, different units. We have general family facilitators who have a little bit less experience, so we kind of train them. There's a training program that I have kind of constructed as to how to maneuver TDCJ, certain things, classification, just, you know, things like the heat directive. Now this is something really huge because the summer's coming and it's going to be,
yes,
it's crazy. So how can you advocate for your loved one on the inside? And of course, get familiar with the heat directive, which is huge. So it's phases of trainings that we give them so that they can learn how to assist others on advocating for their loved ones. We also have the reentry, where it's a reentry / kind of mentorship, where we have a couple of ladies, fantastic ladies, who provide resources for those who have just recently come out. And we also have mentors. We have Jason Wysong, who is a volunteer in TDCJ and is also serves as a mentor.
Awesome.
He's fabulous. And also we have a veterans he's also a family facilitator for veterans who have just been released, and also if anybody has a loved one who's a veteran on the inside, he will assist them as well in mentoring them. It's a mentorship program. Obviously, we all know that unfortunately our loved ones are there more than 5 years. The chance that they don't come out normal. It's and everybody thinks, oh, we're going to live happily ever after, our nightmare's over, and that's not how it is. You know, the recidivism rate is high, and so I firmly believe that they need some type of mentorship, somebody to guide them, to help them, you know, maneuver what the free world is like now.
Because a lot of them have been in there for so long.
Correct.
It has changed.
It's definitely changed. More than 5 years. I mean, they all mandatory have PTSD. All of them.
And you know what? They were talking about the dogs that they train for veterans with PTSD. Well, incarcerated individuals who come out, a lot of them have PTSD.
Yes.
And they could use a service
Definitely.
animal.
Even my loved one on the inside says, I would love to have a service dog because it just calms them. It just calms them. A lot of them are institutionalized, a lot of them, including my loved one. And it's just such a huge need. So also, like I said, my veteran, Steve Renegade Landers, we post a lot of his positive TikToks on our Facebook page. He's awesome. He's great. And this is just something that's huge, and I just foresee it growing even more and more. And the strong team that we have is they just have the heart. For me, as long as you have heart to help, and this is why I feel like we've grown, because we all have heart and we care. So yeah, this is Texas Prisons Alliance. We have a website, www.texasprisonsalliance.org. That is our website. We also have a public Facebook page as well as a private one. So yeah.
And you told me, because I mentioned that there was a Facebook group for one of the units. You told me that you have several different.
We have several of those, and our family facilitator liaisons that are assigned to those regions. Like we have some for Stiles. We have one for Memorial Unit, which is also Darrington. We also have Region 1, Region 2, Region 3, Region 4, Region 5, and Region 6, obviously. We don't have Facebook groups for all units, but only the units where there's like a high volume of issues going on, like we have Stiles.
Yeah.
Beto was my personal one before I ever got involved. We also have the Memorial Unit one. We have a Ramsey page. We have Ellis. We have Cofield. Cofield's huge. There's a lot going on at Cofield over there. A lot going on over there in Region 2.
Yeah, there's a lot.
Yes.
Several units have a whole lot of going on. Right.
Most definitely. So those are the ones that we have individual family group pages, and I think we did that to kind of just make it more of a feel of a family oriented, so it can just like cater to, for example, Cofield, if they're loved ones. But if there's like something major that they would have a question, they can go ahead and go on to our Facebook Texas Prisons Alliance page.
And I think that you had mentioned earlier, correct me if I'm wrong, but your organization does not lobby, correct?
We don't lobby, no. We totally would we post. We welcome the posts, most definitely. What we do is we are there to educate and to inform, and that's our main goal, and to assist.
It's
obviously.
surprising. A lot of people are not familiar. You mentioned the heat directive earlier. A lot of people are not familiar with that heat directive.
No.
And it shocks me. Now, I do have one quick question. Someone posted that not all units are allowed 2 fans.
I noticed that. And because apparently, and this is something that I had just recently learned, because the outlets, I guess there's only 2 outlets in a cell. So there's one per incarcerated individual, I guess, and the other one's to the cellie.
Oh, okay.
So there's 2 cellies per cell, and one gets a plug and the other one gets the other plug.
Okay. That makes sense.
It makes sense, but what about the heat?
Yeah, it makes sense a lot,
Exactly.
But you're like, because someone, I posted, when we were at the meeting today,
Yes.
I posted that someone asked about 2 fans, and I'm like, I think everyone gets,
Yes.
but I guess everyone has the right to have 2 fans. But if their unit that they're assigned to is not
Equipped for it.
you can't have it.
Exactly. And yeah, that's something that I just recently found out, and I was like, what? I couldn't, because I posted a series, we posted a series of graphics. First of all, what's AD 1064, the heat directive?
Mm-hmm.
And then it continued, did you know what's respite? And kind of informing and also educating, because a lot of them don't know. They just don't know. So
No, they don't. And they're not used to, my loved one can have respite 24 hours a day.
yeah, as long as it's 90 degrees, yes.
They're supposed to have it. My
Exactly.
loved one can have showers. Most of the
Cool showers, yes.
Most of the people aren't even getting a shower.
Exactly. Exactly. And that's what they were saying. That's exactly what. Well, and also the water being replenished.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, the
And-
water being replenished. That one's a big one.
And then if it's replenished, you don't know what's in it. You
You're
really
right.
don't.
No, you're totally right. You're
And
completely right.
if the container's not clean, or because sometimes they're not cleaning the containers, that was an issue. If I believe at the Styles unit, like a bad one
Mm-hmm.
for a while, but I'm sure it's like that at most units.
I know that in a lot of units, I've heard the fact that they don't replenish it because they don't want to walk up the stairs. So they'll fill up one row's water cooler, but they won't go to 2 or 3 row. They'll wait for a porter to come, or they'll, if the complaints get bad, they'll send a porter or somebody who just is willing to get out of their cell to go and replenish and take it up to 2 or 3 row.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I mean, it's sad. It's a sad situation. Also, short staffing. We posted some graphics in regards to what are some of the excuses. The famous one is short staffing. It doesn't matter.
I don't
It
care
doesn't matter.
what
Exactly.
the problem is. Short staffing.
Exactly. Short of staff. Oh no, sorry, you can't get out. No, short of staff. Sorry, we can't replenish the water. I'm sorry, there's nobody to watch here.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So those are big ones. And what to do? First of all, and I know that they say that it doesn't work, but file a step 1 grievance. It's super important. We can help you on the outside, but you also have to do your part on the inside. And, if it's more than 20 grievances, it won't be held at the unit level. That's automatically going to Huntsville.
Exactly. So mass grieve it.
Correct.
Mass grieve
Correct.
it, definitely. And several of our callers who call in have said countless times, if you mass grieve it, you have to have people coming together to do that.
Exactly. Definitely. Some of them are afraid, and I understand, but
Well, retaliation is real.
it really is. But grieve it. I mean, there's also the famous PD22, which is very controversial, and but apparently they have it now on their tablets, which is fabulous. I had no idea. They have it on the tablets now.
Yeah.
Yes.
And it is fabulous that they can have information right there. I wonder if the heat directive is on there.
I don't know, but that's a good question.
Y'all let us know if the heat directive is on there. Let us know.
That would be awesome.
Somehow I doubt it. But one never knows. One never knows.
Yeah.
They never follow their own policy. And
They really don't.
Why don't they? Because they're short of staff.
Exactly. But that's why they have us, so that we can give them a refresher.
Yes.
A refresher, yes, yes. And we will be doing a live next month on our Facebook, Texas Prisons Alliance, if there's any questions or answers in regards to the heat directive, just to kind of reinforce it, because, I hope it's not that hot, but we're in Texas. So.
And they said that it probably will be that hot. Now, last time I brought one of the things, the graphics
Okay.
that you had,
Yes.
your organization had put out, and it was what y'all are entitled to. So
Correct.
you're entitled to water. You're
Correct.
entitled to
Ice. Cups.
cups, fan.
A fan, yeah. Even if you're indigent and you don't have a fan, there should be a big old fan that they'll obviously put it your way.
Right.
But,
And then cold showers.
correct.
Did I miss one?
No, I don't think so. And if it's not cold, it's got to be at least lower temperature than hot. Because when it comes on or about April 15th, All of the wardens have to do these checks. That's where they designate respite. They make sure that the work orders are in so that they can change the temperature for the showers. Everything has to be ready for summer. Everything has to be ready. Granted, this isn't a perfect world. This isn't a perfect world.
TDC is not perfect, not by any means.
Exactly.
So do y'all have an address where they can write?
Yes, most definitely. For those who don't have any loved ones on the outside advocating for them, or anybody who wants to go ahead and write us, they can write us at Texas Prisons Alliance, P.O. Box 1563, Pearland, Texas 77588.
Okay, can you repeat that one more time?
Yes, ma'am. P.O. Box 1563, Pearland, Texas 77588.
All right. Well, we thank you for being here.
Thank you for having me.
And I hope that you come on again real soon.
I would be more than happy to.
Because you always... great information is found on their website, I can tell you.
Yes. We try.
Yeah. Well, thank you.
Thank you so much for having me.
Okay. And now I think Abe is waiting on the phone. Hi, Abe.
Hey there. Good evening, everybody. And thank you for having me on again. What a great show this has been. Thank you, Willie and Grizzy and Tatiana, Dani and David, for all this information that you got coming off, and also for all the people that are listening. I see you, Maggie Luna, and hats off to you and to Mark and Jen and everybody that was a part of the Melissa Lucio team, because we are 2 years, the anniversary tomorrow. 2 years ago, they were going to try to kill Melissa Lucio, and she is alive, and she is waiting for the Texas Court of Criminal Appeals to affirm the ruling that was sent up signed by the DA in Cameron County, signed by the judge that sent her to death row, advocating for her conviction to be overturned and her death sentence to be overturned. And I got an email from her yesterday just saying she was looking forward to that, and she's grateful for all the support, and we're all looking forward to seeing her free. So that's super exciting. I did post today on the Free Melissa Lucio Facebook page a bunch of photos from all the action that was going on 2 years ago, yesterday, when we were all waiting for the word of the Texas Board of Pardons and Paroles, and then the courts intervened before they released the report or the recommendation. And then we had to run up to Gatesville, and then we were down to Brownsville, and all of that. So there's a whole bunch of fresh pictures or pictures from 2 years ago that you can see. So that's some good news. There's some other good news tonight before we get into the bad news. But just this afternoon in Philadelphia, Jimmy Dennis, who is one of those people that took a plea, an Alford plea, pled to a lesser offense in order to be released off with time served, and he did 25 years in solitary on death row in Pennsylvania for a crime he had nothing to do with. And today he received the largest jury verdict in terms of a settlement, $16 million for Jimmy Dennis in Philadelphia. So that's exciting news. And I know Jimmy and helped raise some money for him when he first walked out. So it's just great to see that sort of thing happening. Other really interesting good news. Last time I talked about the situation in Santa Clara County, California, where the district attorney is now actively working to reverse 14 death sentences out of that county because he's had a change of heart about the death penalty. Go up north to Alameda County, California, where this week a judge has ordered a review of all 34 death sentences out of that county because, and this is interesting, prosecutors discovered and let it be known, old notes from these trials in some of these cases. So now they're reviewing all 34 death sentences out of Alameda County because it turns out they were wrongly excluding Jewish and black jury members from the jury because of their racism and their anti-Semitism, from all these years ago. So, prosecutors turning around and doing the right thing, which is pretty amazing, and should be expected. But that's another bit of good news. Additionally, last week we launched a campaign with a group called Worth Rises. So Death Penalty Action and Worth Rises are together. We've got a campaign to get a company called Absolute Standards. It's a Connecticut company, which turns out that's where the federal government got its drugs to carry out the 13 executions that took place in the last 6 months of the Trump administration, the 13 federal executions. And it looks like they might be selling those drugs to some of the states that can't get them otherwise. So we've launched a campaign, and you can find a petition for that all over our social media for Death Penalty Action, and also Worth Rises, and on the front page of deathpenaltyaction.org, where you can sign the petition. And also we're encouraging people to make phone calls during regular business hours to that company and ask them to stop selling the drugs, and also to recall the drugs that they have sold for the purpose of executions. In addition to that, super exciting, Connecticut legislators are actually planning legislation to prohibit companies that are from Connecticut from selling drugs or other paraphernalia for use in executions. And, you know, the exciting thing is just this past yesterday, was the 12th anniversary of the state of Connecticut abolishing its death penalty. So, you know, again, a bit of positive news, all of those things. Last bit that I have on my list for today in terms of the positives is in Louisiana, where legislation passed out of the Senate Judiciary Committee and then on the floor of the Senate with a substantial vote, 22-16, to Senate Bill 430, which disallows what they just brought in, which was executions by gas suffocation. So there's 4 states considering that this year: Nebraska, Kansas, Ohio, and Louisiana. It's pretty much stalled in the other states, but in Louisiana they passed it. So now there's legislation moving forward that did just pass in the Senate in Louisiana to reverse that, take away that. So that's super exciting news. It's championed by a group called Jews Against Gassing and L'Chaim, Jews Against the Death Penalty. Obviously ringing a bell because, you know, gas was used to kill a lot of us. I'm Jewish too. And we are, anyway, that's going to go to the House now, and we don't have as much hope there. But that's a bit more positive news. On the downside, I'll say Louisiana for a second. July 1st is the date that that we expect they'll be able to begin setting new execution dates in Louisiana, and that could be a bloodbath. We'll find out once it happens, but they haven't had an execution there in more than a decade, and they're there. So we've got that. I also just want to note there's been a spike in executions in Iraq and a spike in executions in Iran in particular. The guy in Iran, Tumaj Salahi, threatened with execution, now facing execution for the lyrics in his rap music, which takes a swipe at the current Iranian government. So they're looking to hang somebody for his music lyrics. And, you know, I'm not sure what we can do about that except shout it from the rooftops that is wrong. We do have an action on our webpage at Death Penalty Action to write to the president and ask him to do what he can about that sort of thing. But, you know, United States intervention in Iran isn't quite likely. But focusing on executions here, a bit of news, interestingly. We didn't know this until a week ago, but Jamie Mills in Alabama has the next execution date in the United States on May 30th, and he has the Equal Justice Initiative, Brian Stevenson's group, now questioning his guilt and raising evidence about that. So we may see more about that soon. You know, Wade Lay, I mentioned this last time, in Oklahoma, has a hearing on Monday to look at his mental status and whether he understands what's about to happen to him if he gets executed on June 6th. We've got an execution in June 11th in Missouri, David Hosier. Then we get to Texas. Ramiro Gonzalez is set for execution on June 26th. And then Ruben Gutierrez. If you guys can hear me, shout out to you all. Ruben and Ramiro on Death Watch. Ruben's date is July 16th. We're waiting for Oklahoma to set, they've got 6 dates pending. We're waiting for those dates to be set by a judge. And then the last, a new date that just got announced earlier today in Alabama, Keith Gavin on July 18th. So, that's the quick rundown on what's been going on. There's a lot more happening in a lot of different states, and it's just, people just need to come to deathpenaltyaction.org and sign the petitions and get on our list so we can keep you up to date with what's happening. We're going to be following this campaign with absolute standards which that came about because of the John Oliver program last week tonight, when they exposed this company, and now we're going to get them to declare that they're not going to do it again. We're going to be running that pretty hard. So watch for that. And, much more we could talk about, but I think I'm out of time. So, Dani, are we okay?
We are okay, and we thank you for coming on, Abe.
Of course. So people can reach us at Death Penalty Action, P.O. Box 89 in Ghent, G-H-E-N-T, New York 12075. That's P.O. Box 89 in Ghent, G-H-E-N-T, New York 12075. And again, find us on the web at deathpenaltyaction.org. And everybody make it a great evening, and thank you all for all the hard work that you're doing.
Thank you. Thank you, Abe. Have a great weekend.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. All right.
What did you give me the eye for? I gave you the extra time. I wanted you to talk about your trip today.
Oh, my God, you're giving me extra.
Did you read the schedule?
Clearly I didn't.
That's what I thought. You in there give me the eye, and I'm like, I ain't got nothing to do today. I don't need anything until 10 o'clock, and I will do the Cohen and the station ID.
Well, today we, my friend and I were at the board meeting in Austin, and I've been going to these meetings for years, and I can tell you, they made it drag on so long, and they did address a few things, and I wish I would have brought them in because I made notes. The incentive betting areas for Clements Unit, Hughes Unit, Stiles Unit, Polonsky Unit, and the Murray Unit. They talked very highly about those incentive betting areas, and it looks like it's working. They show videos that we could actually see what the games they have in there. The air hockey, they had an air hockey game, which was pretty cool, and even at the Murray Unit, they had a washer and dryer in that area. So they were pretty excited about it, and they I think took suggestions from different states like Florida. So they talked a lot about that. I know I specifically wanted to talk about food. Now the food across the board that I've found from all over Texas, all over TDCJ, has been, if it's been good, it's rare. But what I have found is the portions have gone down tremendously. Like several of my friends at the units in Region 1 are saying that, the amount of food that is being fed to them is not enough for a toddler, much less a grown man. So I am going to send my information out, what I was going to talk about specifically, to the powers that be and see what kind of response I get, because I'm not going to wait till August to address it. Unfortunately, they let it drag on. So, and I had to get out. So, I have so much more to say about this, but I think I'm going to maybe in between calls this evening, I can give more information.
You're listening to KPFT Houston. Support for KPFT and the Prison Show is provided by the Cohen Parole Law Team. For almost 40 years, Gary Cohen has helped to represent incarcerated individuals throughout Texas obtain parole and fight parole revocations. We protect those who have fallen short of perfection from the wrath of those who believe they have attained it. More information about Gary Cohen and his associates, Alan Bennett and Gene Anthus, can be found on their website at parolelaw.com. You may also contact them at 512-476-6201.
Audrey. Oh.
I fat fingered it.
You did.
I cut the wrong one off.
Oh.
He was highlighted, but whenever I hit the X, he went off. So I don't know.
I was like, why?
Please, Arlene, call us back.
Yeah.
It's my fault. I did it.
Please call us back. And as a reminder, our telephone number is 713-526-5738. Option number 2, to speak with someone, your loved one, on the air, to give them a message. So 713-526-5738. And I think Arlene is back on. Arlene?
Yeah.
All right, you are live on the air.
Am I the first one?
Yes, you are. Go
First
ahead.
one? Oh, all right. Hold on one second. All right. So I'm sending this message to Marco Guzman at Polanski Unit. I hope you're listening tonight. And if you're not, I hope that maybe your friends, Sammy or Flacco, are listening, and they will relay the message to you when you all cross paths again. I want to start off by saying that I'm sending this message because I want to know what happened with you. I wanted to know why you stopped calling me all of a sudden. The last time we talked, I simply asked if you wanted to call me back when I got home because I was driving. You said yes, and that's the last I heard of you a week ago. We used to talk every single day for a year, 20 to 30 times a day or more. And then last Thursday, you never called back. A few days before our 1-year anniversary. It doesn't make any sense, and I don't think it's right that you're doing this without explaining to me or communicating why you're not calling anymore. All I'm asking is for an explanation so I can have some closure. I'm just asking if you can please give me that, Marco. We had made plans together, future plans. I was going to be there when you were released. You were going to move to Houston, parole to my new place, and you even wanted to get married too. I don't know how you can go from that to cutting someone off with no communication or any explanation why. If you really did give your life to Christ and you're a Christian and you get down on your knees and you pray every day, then I know God and the Virgen de Guadalupe will put it on your heart, to tell me something and tell me the truth from your heart, what is going on. It's not okay to cut someone out of your life without telling them why. I was always there for you. I started this prison sentence with you a year ago. I devoted all my time to you. I was loyal, and I was okay with that because I wanted to be with you. I would never cut you out of my life how you have done to me. I would communicate to you my true intent. So again, all I ask is that you send me a message and explain to me why you stopped calling so I can have some closure. The last thing I wanted to let you know was that I mailed all your things back to you on Monday. You may have gotten it by now, or you will soon. That's all I have to say, and I just want to say thank you to the Prison Show for giving me an opportunity to express myself. Thank you.
Well, you're welcome, and you may want to give the unit a call. Maybe a chaplain can check on him.
Okay.
I would
I
definitely try
appreciate
that.
All right. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
All right.
Bye-bye.
Good night. Bye.
Good night. Okay, yeah. Hey, shout out to everyone out there. You know, if you have a loved one out here, it's not fair to just cut them off like that. Not fair at all. So, I just want to put my 2 cents in. Not that anyone asked for my 2 cents, but I'm just putting it out there. All right, Annalisa.
Hello everyone at the Prison Show, it's Annalisa and this is my message for Isidro. Hi Isidro, I just received your email. I'm sorry you have not been very well and I hope you get better and better soon. I am in Rome, I'm having a wonderful time with my friend and she says hello to you as well. We are having dinner at home this night but we will eat out tomorrow. I will send more pictures. And for now, I'm sending you my warmest wishes and big, big hugs. Take care, my friend. Take care, everyone. Bye.
She's always so sweet. All right. Now we have Miss Shirley. Hi, Miss Shirley.
Hi, how's everyone doing?
Doing good. How are you doing?
Just fine. I called to give my boy a shout out. It sounds like Faith's giving him one too. She's saying hi is what she's doing. I called to give Blaine a shout out. Hey Blaine, love and miss you very much. So glad you got to get everything that you wanted. And I love talking to you every day. Brings peace of mind to me too. So I give a shout out to everybody in the prison that I pray for all of y'all. And all of y'all just keep your heads up. I give a shout out to Hey Big Will, Mark, Eric, Mayo, Beto, and Rodrigo. I hope y'all are all having a good night.
Rodrigo.
And you all have sweet dreams. And have sweet dreams, Blaine. And I love and miss you. And hold your head up, too. And we just pray. Got prayers going on everywhere. So, love and miss you. And thank y'all.
Well, thank you, Miss Shirley. We appreciate. I hope you have a great weekend. And Rodrigo.
Yeah. I told her what his name was going to be when he gave it to me.
I love it. I'm going to have to make a note of that.
Okay.
All right. You have a great weekend.
Okay. Y'all too. Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Okay. Now, Eva Maria.
Good evening, everybody. This is Eva Maria from Germany. I would like to greet my pen friend Rodolfo Medrano and everyone in the Texas Department of Criminal Justice. This message is also especially for those who don't have friends or family outside prison. I would like to share a story with you, which is important for me. When I was a child, I had a very kind old neighbor, Gertrud Liebermann, a white-haired woman whom I liked very much. One day, when I was a teenager, she wrote down a sentence for me that seemed like a legacy to me. The sentence went, "Greater than fate is only the courage that overcomes it." I repeat, greater than fate is only the courage that overcomes it. I haven't forgotten it since. And only long after her death, I heard more about her life history. She was a Jewish woman, and she and her family were persecuted by the Nazis and were sent by force to a concentration camp in France. There she and two brothers managed to get out and were hidden in a French monastery by nuns. These nuns saved her life and the life of her two brothers, and they were hidden in a room without windows for several years. They got food and they could read French books, but otherwise they were isolated, fearing for their lives and their relatives. After the war, they were liberated, and Gertrud Liebermann realized that her parents and another brother had been killed. Later, she returned to Germany and was the kind old lady that I remember as a child. It took me a very long time to realize that this kind old lady that I knew was the same person with this horrible life history. And I think her secret was that sentence: greater than fate is only the courage that overcomes it. I think I cannot imagine what it must be like to be in prison for such a long time, but I think Gertrud Liebermann could imagine this very well, and maybe she would be happy if I passed on this greeting to you. All the best. Goodbye.
Well, thank you, Eva Maria. That was very nice. All right, now let's get to Elizabeth. Elizabeth on line 1. Hi, Elizabeth. Elizabeth?
Can you hear me?
Now I can.
Okay, I was saying, how are y'all doing?
Doing good.
How's my team?
How are you?
I was doing great. I had to go, had some appointment I had to take care of, so I just got home, so I didn't get to listen in as you had y'all had the hood news on tonight, right?
We sure did.
Have to replay it, because I was telling our friend Anthony before he needs to get her on there, so that would be a great, mutual, Houston awareness thing or whatever. So I was glad to see her on there.
Yeah.
But I was going to say, I did rock my prison show shirt today. I've been wearing it everywhere. I've got it on right now. And then I was going to tell you, of course, I'll just give a shout out to my brother JoJo over there in Arlington, Amarillo area. Then, of course, all the field ministers and the peer support counselors they have there in the different units now. We got Drew, a.k.a. Sincere, at Darrington. Mark of Goat Unit, he's out there called Two Blacks, but he's close to like the Huntsville area, so he tells them all hi and just tell y'all hi and tell y'all to keep up the good work.
Well, thank you very much, and thank you for sporting that prison show shirt. We appreciate it.
Yes. Alrighty, well, I'm proud of y'all. I just want to call and tell y'all hi, and I need to stop back by the station in the near future again.
Yes, you do.
Alrighty, I'm going to replay the episode, so I'll get to hear what went on earlier, so I'll replay it. But alrighty, I love y'all, and I'll see y'all soon in the near future.
All right, love you too.
Bye.
Bye-bye. Okay, now we have Manuela.
My dearest husband, Mr. Robert Leslie Robertson III, my beloved darling, congratulations on our second wedding anniversary. I am very proud and happy to be your wife, and if I had the choice again, I would choose you again and again and again. You are the best thing that ever have happened to me. Since you were there for me, my life has changed for the better. Your love gives me strength. You are my husband, and you are my best friend. You are my love, my life, my world, and I would never change all this for nothing in this world. You are so much worth for me, baby. If they gave me all the money of the world, all the diamonds and the gold and the silver, I would never change for you, baby. I would take you and a little house in the wood I don't need a palace. And I don't need diamonds. I don't need gold and silver. I only need you, my baby. My Robert, my Bobby, my big, big, great, true love of my life. Your love gives me strength, baby, always. You are always there for me, and I'm always there for you. And we go this path together, you and I, our friends, our loved ones. Well, 2 years ago today, we both said, I do. And that is for eternity. Until death do us part, and beyond. You are the great love of my life, and will remain so forever and ever. I only want you, nothing and no one else. That is until our Lord calls my name. I love you more than my life, baby, and I would give it for you. Baby, good night, sweet and blessed dreams. I love you, I love you, I love you. Sending kisses, hugs, and all of my love to you, my baby. You are my life and my dream husband. Good night, baby.
All right. Thank you, Manuela. And again, that number to call is 713-526-5738. 713-526-5738. Option number 2. All right. Now let's get to Lydia. Hi, Lydia. Hi, Lydia. Maybe Lydia's not there? Maybe. Okay, let's go to Sonia.
Hi there. Good evening. Hi.
How are you?
I'm good, thank you. I finally got to get on. My son has been talking about this show, and I really hope he's listening. Or if there's a playback, I'll let him know. But my son is Steven. He's at Wainwright Unit in Lovelady, Texas. So I just want to give him a shout-out. I just want to tell him that I love him very much, and I am praying for his parole hearing that's coming up here in May. And I'm praying to God that he gets to come home because his babies need him. So thank you for this show. Thank you for what you're doing, because I know that it helps them get through the days just to be able to hear from their loved ones. And that's it. I just want to thank you. God bless you. And again, shout out to my son Steven at Wainwright Unit and everybody at Wainwright Unit. Thank you. Good night and God bless.
Good night, Sonia. Have a great weekend, and definitely call back next week.
I will. Thank you. Good night. God bless y'all. Same
to you. All right. Now, there is a certain man at the Estelle unit that someone is missing your trash can kisses. So, just heads up. Trash can kisses. You know who you are, Renee. Had to do it. Now, we have mysterious Mike Lewis.
Hello, this is Mysterious Mike doing his shout-outs for the prison show. Shout-outs for the guys of Texas, Guy Alexander, Jamie Cuppett, Stephen Russell, Stephen McGee. Shout-out for Philip Perez. Lucy and Michelle want me to do a shout-out for Paul. Shout-out for Jovan, Matt, Thomas, Edward Rees, Adam Wilkerson. Tasha wants me to do a shout-out for Payday. Shout-out for Oz. Shout-out for Keith Money. Shout-out for Haas. Shout-out for Raymond Lee Cart. Shout-out for Bill R. Sims. And a special shout-out to Clarence Lee Bowman. Hopefully you're doing much better. And a shout-out for Curtis Robertson
and Blaine Milan. And happy Arbor Day to everybody. Today is Arbor Day. And now back to the prison show. And if you want to contact Mysterious Mike, you can do that in care of David Collingsworth. Adios.
Adios, Mike. And David Collingsworth, his address is 226 Chipmunk Trail, Shepherd, America, 77371. Do you want to try Lydia? Lydia. Oh, Lydia. I don't think Lydia's there. I don't think so. Y'all want to go to Stacy?
This is to my husband's sporty black at Wainwright unit. Hey, baby love, this is your wifey. Kissing you off Friday night straight, letting you know all is well. It's been a pace day, working on the machine, yeah. We got the Newsbreak article published, and there's been nearly 5K impressions, 308 views, 11 likes, and 1 comment, and 5 shares. Yeah, the post holding the Virginia prison officials accountable. The girls are behaving, both even though it's been a fabulous sunny day out there, have stayed inside. It's remembered your first kiss day, yeah, baby. Mwah. Do I remember it? Yeah. Our melted mouths on our wedding day, the first, 69. I kiss you again. Mwah. Boo, it's just another day out here waiting to have you all up in my ear, 'cause I'm missing you. Oh yeah, TEDx is supposed to be at Green Rock CC May the 7th, the first of its kind. Terry McAuliffe was on TEDx in 2022. VP shared the post on the X and Facebook. He spoke at Attica. Anyway, it's been a nice day here. Baby, stay tough, stay focused, stay strong. Mwah. I love you, my one and only. Oh, I didn't hear from you today either. I love you, baby. Mwah. Take care. Mwah. I'm yours.
All right. Now let's see if Lydia is there. Hey, Lydia.
Hello?
Hi, Lydia.
Hey, Dani. You lost me that other time I lost you.
Yeah, sorry, we couldn't hear you.
Yeah, I know. But you can hear me now, right?
I sure can. And so can everyone else.
That's a good thing. Okay, I just want to say hi to my son. And I just want to let him know that we're good. And Joey had her baby yesterday, Cody. And he was going home already today. He's real light colored. Well, he's just a baby. But, yeah, they were going home today already. And, Arlie's having that party on the 4th. And Javier will be there. I think he told me on the 2nd. Call me tomorrow, please, so I can give you the heads up on that. And Pastor Reyes also called me. I have to give you a message, too, from Pastor Reyes. So be sure you call me tomorrow, mijo. I was waiting for your call today. What else? Not much going on. It's real windy here. The wind's blowing like 30 miles an hour. It's blowing hard. And it's been gloomy, those gloomy days that I don't like. And Bingo took off on me today to the Olvera, so I had to go and pick him up this afternoon. Then I spanked them, as usual. And but not much going on, mijo. I sent you a JPay during the week. I hope you received it. And I know Virginia got that slip. They were sending it out today. That money slip that I had sent her. She was sending something out today. She told me. I don't know if she's calling today, mijo. But anyway, give me a buzz tomorrow. I'll be waiting. I love you and I miss you. And I want to send my saludos to William Spear, Big Lou, Jeff, Rudy, Juan, Eric, Blaine, Moises, Roderick, Mark, and Victor. I know Victor probably can't hear me, but somebody next to him, just tell him that I'm sending my hello. Okay? I love you and I miss you. Freddie's doing a great job. He's doing really well, mijo, over at his business. And I think David was in town last week. He's gone by now. I haven't seen him. And Janie had a flare-up, I think, on Monday. We ended up at the ER because they changed her meds, her meds for diabetes. But she's good. She's already good. They gave her a treatment, and I think she just had a reaction to the meds. But other than that, that's about the most exciting thing that happened this week. So give me a buzz tomorrow, okay, mijo? Love you. Good night, everyone. Good night.
Good night, Lydia. Have a great weekend.
Thank you, Dani and Linda. Good night.
Thank you.
And Dave.
See you later, Lydia.
Oh, she already cut her off. All right. Now we have Gloria. There.
Hello?
Yeah.
Can you hear me?
Now we can hear you.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm glad you and Lydia were playing hide and go seek there.
We were.
I barely got home before 9 o'clock, and I had to take a shower and watch all the TDC garbage off of me. What an incredibly horrible day. But you know what I found out, Dani, about all this we love you stuff that was going on all afternoon? I went up and talked to Terry Collier and whoever the knucklehead is who's head of the board now. I forgot his name. And I said, you know, this is ridiculous. You had us sign in at 10:50 to speak. It's 4:15, and you've still got like 10 items on the agenda before public comments. There's something seriously wrong with this picture. And I'm like, what is going on, and why is this taking so long? Well, apparently, they have a new thing they're doing on their April meeting where they, spread the love to everybody that goes above and beyond the call of duty for the Texas criminals over there. And they do it in April. I said, it doesn't make sense for y'all to do this on one of only 2 times a year that you allow us to address the board. I said, so could you think about that? And they assured me they would. I don't know if that's possible.
But that doesn't even make any sense. I work for government, and when we have meetings, if there are a lot of public comments, we pull those to the front. That's just, it's common courtesy. It's common courtesy. And
when did TDC ever have common courtesy?
And you're right. And having us sign in, if you're there 5 minutes late, you cannot talk. But thank you, Gloria, because there was going to be some emailing going on, I can assure you.
Oh, well, I'm still fixing to email every one of them and tell them I don't appreciate getting up at 5 o'clock in the friggin' morning, driving to Austin, and then waiting all day for what?
Well, we made our presence known.
Yeah.
We did.
Yeah, and I talked to the reporter from the Austin Chronicle, which is their weekly progressive newspaper in Austin, and he said he was still staying. But I also just talked to Angie, I mean, not Angie, Yancy. Yancy hasn't gotten home yet. She said she wasn't feeling, she didn't look well, and she wasn't feeling well. So she left a little while after she spoke, and she said there was 10 people that spoke ahead of her, but she didn't leave there till, I think she said 6:30. I mean, how ridiculous is that?
They didn't call our name until 5:35.
You're not on the mic. Oh. They didn't call our name until 5:35. And, you know, we were like right up at the top of the agenda.
Oh, really?
Yeah, we signed in like, we were one of the first few people that signed in. So we assumed we were going to get called quick. Well, they called us at 5:35. And of course we were on the road, going down the road.
Right.
Yeah, but we were watching it in the car live. So
I forgot about that on YouTube.
Yeah.
Well, I was so sleepy, I didn't sleep that much. And of course Angie had only slept an hour, so I wound up driving the whole way home. So I am beyond tired and beyond aggravated. And I'm going to write every single person on the board because they need to get their act together. Calling people at 5:30 and they tell you to sign in at 10:50. That's just...
Yeah, and
anyway.
Then it wasn't very clear because we went to the other area of the hotel, and you know, we're sitting over here, two gimps walking around on the outside of a hotel, going, "Where do we sign in?" Yeah, and then it was on a hill, so you know, it's like really.
Yeah.
And then you're not going to see us. And then when we were leaving, it was practically running because it was like, ooh, because the hill was so, you know, it was down there where we parked. So.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
We parked in the garage, right close to the door.
There was.
I guess it was free. I didn't pay anybody. I don't know. Maybe I'll get a ticket.
There was
Who knows?
There was a garage. I didn't see a garage.
Well, I drove around that parking lot forever, and then I'm like, I don't really feel like walking a mile with my sore leg.
Well, we parked up front close to the other building we were at, and then we hoofed it down to the correct building. And then when we got there were two empty handicap spaces, and I was like, well, looky here. And I'm not going to go back and...
climb up the hill again.
Yeah, no, it wasn't
But you know what? You know what's really interesting is that they don't have money for anything for those who are incarcerated, but they had this meeting at this fancy hotel where rooms start at $300 a night, and they have, you know, this spa and that spa and whatever was going on. And yet, in the meeting room, they ran out of coffee before 11 in the morning. They ran out of hot water for hot tea in the afternoon. I mean, it was a mess.
Well,
but anyway,
when we got in there at like 9:15, they were out of coffee because I tried to get some, and I'm like, can we get some more coffee? And the guy said, no, you can't have any more because that's all they paid for. I was like, what the hell?
Oh, God.
I'm like, can we get some more water then? Can you may we have some water, please?
Well, I had 7 points I was going to raise, and I was going to race through each one of them, but now I'm going to write them all a lengthy letter and tell them they need to get their act together and cut out their love fest on a day where they're doing public comments.
Well, yeah, they could do that in May. I mean, March, May.
Their next meeting is in June. They only meet every other month.
Yeah, every other month, June.
But, God, what a waste of a day.
Well, they'll be doing
Yeah.
Well, it wasn't a waste, but...
No.
Oh, and then, but, Yancy and I have been texting because she said about 10 people spoke before her and she left pretty soon after she spoke because she wasn't feeling well. But, Derek Mohammed from the Nation of Islam was there representing the family of the guard that mysteriously got killed and nobody knows by who or how. But he told Terry Collier that he needed to resign his position if he couldn't run a system where guards are killed and they don't even know what happened. And she said Terry Collier mumbled something but didn't really respond to him. But I guess, how many people signed up to speak? 38 or something?
Yeah, it was 38.
So when Yancy left at 6:30, I think she said, there was still another 28 people to speak. They may still be there. Who knows? But anyway.
But they did read our names again to make sure that we weren't there. Of course, they knew we weren't there. Everybody knows you, Gloria. They knew you left.
Well, and I went and told them I was leaving and why and how ridiculous it was that I had to get up at 5 o'clock and it was 4:15 and they weren't even on public comments. That's just insane. Well, typical TDC planning, I guess. Anyway, I want to give a shout out to Spider. Mijo, I'm going to come. Yancy and I are going to ride together next Saturday, not tomorrow, but the next Saturday, which I think is Picture Day. Am I right, Dani?
Yes.
Yeah.
Or it should be.
It should be.
Yeah, I'm not going to say
Who
for
knows?
sure.
And then maybe we'll get pictures of ourselves or somebody else. Ken Suarez.
Because we don't know.
Right. But, so anyway, give me a call sometime this weekend and I'll tell you about our hellacious day with the Texas Board of Criminals. What a day. And I guess that's it. I'm too tired to even, hello to all my friends on death row.
You're tired.
I'm deliriously tired. I came home and showered and tried to get all the TDC junk off of me, and I'm in bed. And I told David I wasn't sure I was going to stay awake. But anyway, so Spider Diego is here keeping me warm, my cute little puppy, and I am going to go to sleep. So talk to you soon. Un abrazo, and give me a call. Okay, that's it. I'm out of here.
All right, Gloria. Have a good evening.
Okay, and I can't believe you sound like you're awake, Dani.
I can't believe it either. But here I am, living the dream.
Well, you're doing a good job.
Well, thank you.
Good job. Okay, good night, David and Linda and everybody.
Good night, Gloria.
All right, Linda, do you want to do your shout-outs?
Yep. Let me get my microphone. Can you hear me now?
No. Yeah.
Y'all really can't hear me?
No, we can.
You can.
Yes, it was a joke.
Oh, okay. All right, I'm going to do some shout-outs tonight. Ramiro Gonzalez, it was sure nice to see you yesterday. I really enjoyed getting to talk to you for a little bit. Franklin Davis, Paul DeVoe, Robert Roberson, Lucky Ward, Jaime Cole, Britt Witkowski, Eugene Broxton, Eric Cathy, Terry Allen, Will Spear, Walter Sorto, Blaine Milam, Dylan Compton, Tyrone Williams, Troy Glover, Iron Thunderhorse, William Franklin Owen Sr., and Dwayne Buck. Dwayne, I found out that you're now at the Ellis unit, so I'm going to send you a letter so I can get back on your list. Talk to you later. Good night.
Oh, he's at the Ellis unit?
Yes, I found that out yesterday. That's what Robert Roberson told me.
Oh, that's cool. All right.
Yeah, so I'm anxious to go back to visit him.
Well, yesterday we had good visits. I had a visit with Mr. Stubborn, DeVoe. Yes. Mr. Stubborn. Yes, we had a great visit. So appreciated that. And let's see. Rodrigo. Yeah, that's awesome. Jeff and Brett, it was great talking to you. Michael Ferguson, I'm so sorry I missed your call. But I was busy all day today at the meeting, sitting there watching the Love Fest, as Gloria put it. Driver, big hello to Driver. Hey T. Big Head, Blaine. Hey, Blaine. Mayo, Leroy, Larry at the Huntsville unit. Yeah, I am so sorry. I keep missing your calls. I am so sorry. Jay at the Win unit. And Toot, I think you were out there yesterday, if I'm not mistaken. And I was going to wave, but then you took off. Leo Willis and Joe Don, along with Chucky from the Win unit. And a huge hey to Rexalicious and CJ, along with Midget Titan and Paper Cup at the Estelle unit. Midget Titan and Paper Cup. Hope y'all are both doing okay, too. I know the Estelle unit is catching a lot of grief lately, as they should. We take no, I was going to say we take no prisoners, but I guess Joy's just looking at like, oh my God. All right. And well, David already done. And I think we have a call on line 1. We have Early on line 1.
Thank you for taking my call. Hi, Mijo. This is Sarah Early. Hopefully you find yourself well. I was hearing that your mom and I think Patty called you as well. All of us are doing well. Just getting ready just for the weekend here at home right now, and tomorrow we'll be babysitting the baby. Well, she's not a baby anymore. She's 2.5. And I think your mom must have already told you Joey had her baby yesterday, and they came home today. So they're in their new home with their new baby. And he weighed 6 pounds and 10 ounces and 20 inches long. So he's a cutie. He looks all like his daddy. But other than that, all of us are fine. Layla's almost finishing school. May 4th will be her graduation. We're having her graduation party at Tina's next Saturday. So if you want to call us, or we'll call you next Saturday, or I guess maybe you can call Saturday. We'll be over there at Tina's from 6 to 11. I catered some food for Layla's graduation, so we'll be having that there. It's just family and just a couple of friends of Layla's will be coming. Other than that, all of us are doing good. Raylan's at Comic-Con tonight. They said that about 20,000 people showed up at the convention center. So that's a big crowd. And a lot of business for this area, which is a blessing for all the vendors. I hope you find yourself well. I'm not sure when your mom's going to be coming up so that one of us can go up there with her. And Frank, I think, is going to be going to Houston as well. I think at the end of the month, I believe. I know he's been talking to you, so he may update you on when he's going to be going. Other than that, everything's, the same, nothing really new, other than just, working. I've had another audit just this week, We had an auditor come into the office doing a survey for complaints, but everything came out good. No sightings were done. It was good. But here's your Theo Ray, so you can say hi, and hopefully you find yourself well. Keep that smile, mijo. God is with you, and He will not forsake you. Many blessings, and love you. Many hugs and kisses. And here's Theo.
Yeah, Beto, hopefully you're doing pretty good. So, we're aquí nomás viendo televisión, and ahora fui a ver a mi mamá en el hospital, so I me quedé from 7 to about 4 o'clock in the afternoon. So, other than that, she's doing good, nomás que she was dehydrated y una infection que traemos también. So, pero other than that, we're all doing good. Hope you're doing better too and todo. And we bought también un little car, un Nissan 2012 también. Igual que el otro, nomás quizá a little bit more up to the date más y less mileage y todo. So tiene about 90-something thousand. Y we bought it for, I think it was $5,500. But other than that, hopefully doing pretty good. Sí, a ver, en la mañana también I gotta go again otra vez a stay with my mom. And my other brothers are taking over también, so, and sisters. So bueno, pues we'll see you. Be good and God bless you. Thank you.
Okay, let's go back to Gloria. Hey, Gloria.
The absent-minded Gloria. I forgot I wanted to invite people out here to a birthday celebration Sunday. Political prisoner Mumia Abu Jamal, who was on death row in Pennsylvania for almost 30 years and been in prison about 43 years now, turned 70 this week. And his health has not been good. He had open heart surgery a few years ago, and like most prison systems, they didn't follow the doctor's orders as far as his diet and whatever. So his health was actually pretty shaky for a while. We got word recently that he is doing a little better. But anyway, all over the world, literally, from Australia to Germany to France to Detroit and Philadelphia, Oakland, Houston, people are celebrating Mumia's birthday. We're going to celebrate Sunday at 2 o'clock at the Shape Community Center. And when people come in, Mumia does a weekly commentary for prison radio, and you can actually hear him on prisonradio.org. But when people come in, they're going to be given a little piece of paper with one of his 1, 2, or maybe 3-minute commentaries to read, and we're all going to read his words. But we also have remarks to begin with from Pam Perillo, who survived Texas death row, Bunchy Creer with the Black Panther Party Alumni Association, Willie Rodriguez with the Brown Berets, and Minister Abdul Halim Ahmed with the Nation of Islam. They're going to give us some opening remarks, and then we're going to take turns reading and celebrating the life of this man that has supporters literally in every corner of the world. So I want to invite people to come out 2 o'clock Sunday afternoon at Shape Community Center, 3815 Live Oak. And Pam Perillo said she's bringing a big birthday cake. So we will have cake and goodies. And then the other thing is that the Texas death penalty abolition movement meets on the first Tuesday of every month, and we invite anybody who wants to fight the death penalty to get involved with us. I think the first Tuesday of May is May 6th or 7th, because the 1st of May is on a Wednesday, so we'll meet the following Tuesday. Anyway, we meet at Shape Center at 7 o'clock, and we invite everybody to join us. We will be setting up a table at the Black United Front's office to celebrate Malcolm X's birthday on May 19th, I believe, 18th or 19th. And then we will again have a table at the Pan-African Festival the last Saturday in May at Shape Center. So we've got a lot of stuff coming up, including, I don't think they've moved Tony Ford to Death Watch, but
no.
He apparently, but he has a date in the fall. What is it? Oh, God, I'm too tired to remember. I think it's like October 16th or something. So we've got 3 executions set for Texas, and we hope and some of us pray that they will all be stayed. And Tony Ford and Ruben Gutierrez both have cases of innocence, and they shouldn't even be on death row. But anyway, such is life in Texas, so we're hoping for the best for all 3 of you guys. So that's it. If I've forgotten anything else, oh well.
Well, thank you, Gloria.
Okie dokie. I'll take care.
You too. All right. It's been a good show, hasn't it, David?
It really has. I just got a text from Tanika.
Oh, what'd she say?
Well, she's got a thing going on, and I had asked her if she wanted to call in and talk about it, and because we never hear from her anymore. And she said, yikes, I wish I should have saw this message earlier. She's scrambling to finish her presentation for tomorrow. But she's going to be up at the Trinity United Methodist Church off of Holman Street, and she's going to be having a presentation that says, Honoring Your Faith, Leaving a Lasting Legacy, Faith-Based Estate Planning. So, I don't know. It's kind of interesting. I didn't know that she did that kind of stuff.
I didn't know either.
I guess it comes with being an attorney, right?
I guess so. I guess estate planning would, yeah.
Yeah. Dee Dee keeps telling me I need to do that as much as I ride that Harley. That we need to sit down and talk about our what we want with our whatever.
Yeah, leave it all to us.
Yeah. Well, last week I did 670 miles on that Harley doing weddings, just on Saturday. That's a lot of miles, and I got caught in that storm.
Yeah, it was pretty bad.
So I don't know. I had a disgruntled bride, and she was determined to be late to hold me up, and she said it served me right that I got caught in that storm and had to stay in a motel. I did 84 miles riding in the rain, looking at the lines. I couldn't see anything. It was terrible. It was the most frightening. I keep getting calls from Uganda. Well, don't we have a listener in Uganda, right? Kaliyanga? How do you pronounce his name?
Yeah, I think that's how you pronounce it.
So I texted him. He says, I wanted to send my shout-outs to Franklin Davis, Mummy Linda, Robert Roberson, Melissa Lucio, and Franz Dow. But he's calling my personal phone.
Well, maybe he did. I announced the number.
I'm texting him now. He can call the other number. I can't get my phone online, so even if he called it would sound like Minnie Mouse. I
don't know. These mics in this room, they have become so sensitive.
Huh.
I move, or someone moves anything, and I can hear it through it's like, what the?
Huh. Well, cool. So I'm sorry you didn't get to speak tonight.
That's okay. I'm going to make
today.
today. I'm going to make up for it. They're going to hear from me. They all know me. I was approached by the director of the Ombudsman because he knew who I was.
Yeah. Yeah, he sent the invitation to that thing every month, I guess it is, every other month. Sharon's on it, and Charlie Malouf, he's on it. There's quite a few people on it. I can't hear her because...
I know. I've told
You want me to turn her mic back on?
No.
See?
No. Because she says stuff that she shouldn't say.
Yeah.
But you can't. This is why. Anyway, so we... me like she's my mother. Y'all don't even want to know. Trust me. Trust me. No. So anyway, he approached me. So we're going to go on the video call. I guess it's once a month. And then I was approached by a few other people. And great love to Tonya. Her son passed away at the Estelle unit. And, you know, my heart breaks for her every time I see her. And she's a very strong woman. And much love to you. And I know that she wants to come on the show also. So I'm hoping that she gets the opportunity to come on and tell her story about the horrific shape that she found her son in the morgue. So
see, that was Don, and I told him to call the other number. You know Don?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Tatiana was just talking about him a little while ago.
Yeah.
And I think somebody at the it was Dr. Amit Dominic at the meeting today. She read his letter.
Yeah, she did. Yeah. He was he's an incredible inspiration, but he's called this number a few times.
He said that I posted on the prison show. Yeah. That's what I did. It was on the prison show website. So.
Oh.
Yeah. Yeah, it's almost time to start the Charlie and the Regret song.
Yeah, why didn't you tell him?
Well, as long as he does it real quick.
Okay, I'll put you on.
Okay, you got it. You got to do real quick, Don.
Are you ready?
Go ahead.
Yeah. No, I just wanted to say hello to everybody, man. I'm running kind of late tonight, but just wanted to wish everybody a good weekend and hope everybody gets a visit. I'm sure not everybody's gonna get one, but I hope everybody's well, man. And sorry I'm calling so late. I'm gonna try to call a little bit early next time.
Okay, sounds good. Have a great weekend.
Okay, y'all too. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
So Converge won't be following us tonight. Last week started a new show, and it's called Housetonians. It's hosted by DJ and the Renaissance man himself, Rico Black. He's the Housetonian. He aims to bring house music to a subwoofer near you.
Well, okay. Yeah. What happened to Converge?
All I know is that Housetonian will be on. So I was told by Howard last week that I made the wrong announcement. And I was like, well, maybe somebody should post the schedule over here or something, you know.
A big alert.
Yeah, I guess it's my fault. I mean, I work all day, and that's no excuse. I should do my research before we come in. So I did my research tonight. But in the meantime, we're going to go out with Charlie and the Regrets.
Have a great weekend.
See you at visiting hours next week. Mama ain't been doing too well, I'll tell you more when we speak. And Billy's loving high school. He's out there blocking for JV. sitting on the road. Try to keep your heads up, you ain't me if you got hope. It's Friday night.